So here we are with Julie Hennon, and she's going to explain a little bit about what happened at the shelter recently. Now, which shelter were you at, Julie?
We were at the Anaheim Way that was operated by Illumination Foundation.
Okay. So have you been in any other shelters other than that one?
No, I've never been to a shelter in my life.
Okay. Okay. So what happened at the Anaheim Way? How did they treat you?
We were homeless, chronically homeless for 5 or more years.
Yeah.
We have no employment, no income, no nothing. We're basically stranded out here, you know. And so the police came in and gave us the option of going to jail or going to the shelter.
Yeah.
So then the OC Health Department came down and they picked us up, picked up our belongings, and they took us into the shelter on intake. Well, my daughter was out at the farm at the time in Irvine. And when we went in, I made sure that they reserved a spot for her because I'm not going to leave my daughter out here, you know, type of thing. And so when we did that, we were there about a month. In that month time, me and my friend of 30 years received, we were able to obtain jobs. We were working for Select Staffing Waste Management and full-time jobs. It was a perfect answer to our problems with being homeless. No money coming in, you can't pay your bills, you know, you become homeless. And so we were going to work, and in the meantime my daughter got out and they had reserved her a spot. Well, come to find out, the Anaheim police came and picked us up, took us there, and referred us in again. But we had been there for a month prior to that already, me and my partner, my friend. And so then when they did that, they had the normal workers that did the intake had to go home for the evening. And so they gave me the paperwork and said go over it with my daughter. And so I did. We were going over it, and she was supposed to initial it and sign it and everything. And then the new guy came in on his shift, you know, the guy that was going to be operating the place on midnight. And he goes, here, I'll explain it to you. And so we sat down at a table and we were sitting there, and my daughter, she, you know, was reading it and taking her time to understand it because it was recuperative care forms. They had her medical ID, Cal Optima, Medi-Cal, and ID number, all that, Social Security number, and it's all on a form. And so when I was given the paperwork to show her, I was told that she already had a bed assigned, and that so there was like blankets and stuff put in their little cubicle that they work in. And so the guy sits us down at the table to explain the paperwork, and my daughter goes, well, why am I signing recuperative care paperwork? I don't have medical issues, you know? And he goes, yeah, you're not recuperative care. And she goes, yeah, so why am I signing it? Well, he wouldn't answer her. So then about 5 minutes goes by, and she's like initialing, starting to initial things and everything. And he goes, oh, you signed the paper right there, huh? And she goes, yeah. And he grabs the paper and he goes, that's all we need, like that. Well, he ends up coming back. He like walked away, and he comes back and he sets the paper down. He goes, now are you going to sign and initial it? Like that, okay? So my daughter's taking the paper again, reading it, you know, and she goes, can I get a copy of the paperwork that I'm signing, because I'm not recuperative care, you know? And he goes, no. And he, as soon as he says no, he gets all the other papers and he puts them together, and then he goes like that, and he grabs the paper out of my daughter's hand. Well, about 5 minutes before that, he asked me to go get her her blankets and stuff that were in a bag in the cubicle. And I go and I get them, and I take them around him, and I set them down by her. And when we went to go look for her assigned bed that she had, there was already somebody sleeping in it. All right. And so he had grabbed the paperwork, and then he grabbed up the blankets that he had just asked me 5 minutes before that to come bring to my daughter. All right. He grabs those up and he goes and he runs inside the cubicle. Okay. Nobody's in there. It was you know, late night. There was nobody else in the cubicles working or anything. And so he goes in there, and I follow in after him because I'm upset. This is my daughter, and you're treating my daughter. I wanted my daughter to come to the shelter, see how we had prospered out of it so far. You know, we had obtained employment after 10 years of no employment. So it was a big
trying to step up.
Yeah, it was a big issue with me because it's like I got my daughter here.
Yeah.
I got, you know, being homeless isn't easy.
No.
You know, life's not fair, but being homeless isn't easy, especially on a woman.
Oh yeah.
All right, because just because, you know, it's a lot different on a woman than it is on a man. But a man has it hard out here too because they're cutting out. They're doing like community stabilization, and it's cutting every way of people generating money for themselves. You know, they can't go and recycle because they get into trouble because they're in a dumpster or on private property, or you know, there's nobody here offering any employment to anybody. All right, people for years that I've been out here bring food. I mean, I am not hungry. Okay, I am not. I mean, my stomach growls in the morning when I get up or whatever, you know, because I need to eat a meal or whatever. But I'm not hungry. All right, I'm homeless. I'm homeless. I'm without a roof. Okay. I'm without employment. Okay.
No shower.
And so, no shower, no hygiene, no nothing to be able to get the person to the next step. All right. So let me go back to the story of the shelter. You know, I went in and I asked him, I go, are you going to give my daughter a copy or original?
What was his name?
His name was Rudy.
Rudy.
All right.
Okay. Remember his last name or no?
I don't know his last name. I don't know his last name. He, you know, he just was there at night and cleaned up the place and everything like that. But he was getting, you know, he offered to explain the paperwork to my daughter. And so, you know, I just figured that, well, he's the one that is running everything at night, so why not let him, you know, explain it? And he didn't. He's saying to her, I can take you and drop you off anywhere. I can, you know, I can just drop you off. Don't worry about it. You know, I can take you off the census. He goes, I need to take you off the census. And I'm going, what? I go, what do you mean take my daughter off? Because I'm there with my daughter, listening to how he's being with my daughter, you know? I mean, that's it's my only kid, you know? And so he goes, I can take you off the census. And my daughter's going, what are you talking about? Because she didn't know. She don't know what a census is, you know? I mean, she just never been exposed to any of that kind of stuff. And so he goes, you have an attorney. And he goes, we don't. And I go, and my daughter goes, what do you mean we have an attorney? Why do I need an attorney for just, I'm coming to the shelter. I'm coming to the shelter to visit my mother, you know? And she goes, I can't come in here to visit my mom without first signing your paperwork, initialing it, giving up my medical rights, everything like that, okay? Because when you go into the shelter, all right, this guy wouldn't, if you were having a medical, if you're in medical distress and you're having a medical issue and you needed 911 to be called and couldn't do it for yourself, a person that was coming to your aid to help you, doing their duty, what their duty is, it's your duty to help somebody in distress, okay? That's the duty of every
mankind.
It's
right?
inside you. It's either inside you or it ain't. So, but you can't, at the shelter, you're not allowed to call 911 for somebody. Like if you ask me, hey, can you call 911? I'm having a heart attack or something, okay? I'd have to say, hey, wait on that heart attack, okay? I have to go get Rudy.
Wow.
All right? Rudy has to approve me calling 911.
Oh, wow.
All right? And if he don't feel that 911 should be called, then 911 isn't going to get called. And you're going to have to go through your medical distress, you know, on your own, and the outcome is the result of it, you know, and you know, he'll take the consequences of it, you know. I suppose he will, because it's like, that's a big liability to take. I mean, you're supposed to call, if I see an accident happening out there, I'm supposed to call 911 in case somebody's hurt, you know. People get away from their duty, the duty to the country, duty to the people in the country, you know. I don't care where you're from, what denomination you are, what color you are. Everybody hurts the same way, and everybody bleeds the same way. And so, you know, you need medical, you know, and I'm not going to wait on a third party to decide whether I do. I know whether I need 911 or not, you know, and so it's like, you know, there was an incident there that a gentleman needed 911 called, and 911 it didn't get called.
Mm.
All right, and it waited on Rudy to decide at 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning that he was going to take this person to the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, their medical transport is a shuttle that takes the people during the day to over to the Arctic station, you know, and drops them off and picks them up to bring them back to the shelter.
Mm.
In other words, they don't have any medical equipment in the vans. Okay.
Mm.
And so he's letting the security know that he's going to take this person to the hospital. All right, and he's going to transport them. Well, from what the word is the person flatlined.
Oh my gosh.
On the way to the hospital.
Wow.
I don't know. I wasn't there firsthand.
Yeah.
The story that came back to us.
Yeah.
Okay, is that he flatlined, and all of a sudden that van's gone. There's a new van in its place, and Rudy knew that we overheard that. All right, that we overheard him saying he was going to take these people to the hospital.
Yeah.
And the person flatlines, and he don't have no medical equipment, no nothing. He didn't call 911. He's just going to take that person to drop him off. You know, like he was telling my daughter, I'll just take you and drop you off.
Like just at the hospital or where?
I don't know what was going through his head. My daughter wasn't asking for a ride.
Yeah.
The Anaheim police had just dropped us off there to get my daughter referred in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bigger issue than just us being thrown out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's things in the background of it that are of issue elsewhere, and it's just putting it all together.
Yeah.
That as a result, we were doing good. We obtained employment.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I hated the shelter. Understand that. I would never go to a shelter in all my life. I don't believe in them. I think they enable people. I think you're paying for somebody to live, and they don't have to produce anything. There's nothing for them to have to rehab, nothing.
Mm.
No guideline to go by, nothing,
Mm.
okay? And so, but he overheard us. We came in from work, and he overheard us say or we overheard him say that he was going to take those two people to the hospital, and because there's no rhyme or reason to why he kicked us out for my daughter asking for a copy of a receipt. All right, that's what the end result of it was that she had asked for a copy of a receipt, and he got
the paperwork.
The
right?
paperwork.
Yeah.
The paperwork she was signing because it was medical paperwork.
Yeah.
You know, when you go to jail, when you go to the hospital, and you sign those papers, you get a receipt back.
You should get a copy.
Or you get discharge papers.
Yeah.
You get something. You get something that says that you were there.
Yeah.
You know, you get a band on you.
You should have a copy of what you signed.
Yeah.
I don't see why that's a big
and so,
issue.
it's big medical issues here that guy was making people follow, and if they didn't follow his word, then they were kicked out. Now, we got kicked out because I grabbed the paperwork back from him. I went in there, asked him, are you going to give my daughter a copy or an original? Okay, and he said no, she can wait. All right, and then she's putting up with him saying, oh, I can drop you off anywhere, I can do that. You know, she felt threatened by it. Okay, but she said that she thought she felt like she was signing into a mental facility.
Wow.
Is what that's how she felt. All right, he put us out at 3 o'clock in the morning. When I was walking down the ramp with my daughter, all right, he was yelling out in front of everybody, yeah, I disrespected your daughter. All right, if I were a man, all right, I'm tomboy, all right, I've been all my life tomboy, you know. I had 8 brothers and sisters, you know. It's just how I came up, and looks are deceiving, you know. But he was like threatening her and doing stuff to her, and he admitted it. What does I disrespected your daughter mean? You know? So I turned around and I asked him, I go, what the fuck did you say? Okay, exactly like that. I mean, I didn't mince my words, you know? He goes, I disrespected your daughter. I go, all right. I go, at the end of the day, it's going to be you disrespected. You know, and like you've never been disrespected before. Yeah. Because you are taking my family that jumped a hurdle with employment, especially. All right, that hurdle with employment was a 10-year-old issue of keeping us down, keeping us on the street, keeping us behind. Yeah. You know, just like totally, like every day I wake up and I go, another wasted day, another wasted day. Because the services aren't getting out here to us. We can't go to them. We have to be able to survive, and we have to make a living, and we're not getting no benefits, no resources. you know, 3 months ago we were given a letter saying that after 10 years of being on the wait list that we were eligible for, that we were selected off the list for the wait list for the Section 8 housing voucher, okay? And we went to take in our paperwork. I thought I was gonna get the voucher that day.
Yeah.
We still have not gotten the voucher. We still remain homeless.
Wow.
We still, you know, every ticket we get for sitting here, I mean, what's a person supposed to do 24 hours a day? They don't have no job, they can't get nowhere, they have no transportation, no income, they have a child, they have, you know, my child's an adult now, but that's just over time what she became an adult, you know. This started years ago, all right? It's like festering now.
Yeah.
But what this shelter did is that guy hit me sideways, okay? He hit my family sideways, all right? And at a time where we weren't going to the shelter and trying to do anything, like we weren't trying to get anything, we weren't like just layabouts and not doing nothing.
Yeah.
We were proactive. You know, one of the workers there goes to me, Julie. I know her from being out here, and she went through everything and got herself up, and she's clean now, and she has her life back. You know, and she told me, she goes, Julie, take it and run, you know, do positive things with it, you know. And so we did. You know, me and my friend of 30 years, while my daughter was, we were waiting on my daughter to get out of jail, we did the only thing we knew how, and that was get a job, go to work.
Yeah.
You know, go to work, get a job, and he took that from us.
Let me ask you this: would you ever be willing to go into a different shelter now?
I will never go to another shelter in my
that
life.
Experience?
I didn't like. I don't agree with shelters. Look how many millions of dollars have been spent. Okay, millions and $12 million for a building to put people in, to house them, feed them, clothe them, everything, and now they're just sitting over there isolated. What's going on? You know, what's really going on? I mean, you know, 2-year term, they can stay there for 2 years. You know, I don't have nothing against the people. Don't get me wrong. It's just I feel that they're doing a disservice to those people, because those people are now tucked away in one place, isolated, and they don't have to do anything. There's no demands on them to have to do anything with their life to change, to prevent this from happening. Okay, so after 2 years, and the anti-camping law gets enforced, okay, which I don't agree with at all. How do you do that to a person?
Well, this was interesting too, is that when the shelters get full, then they should allow camping, right? And a lot of times they are being full. Okay,
listen, my idea of camping, okay, is going to Yosemite National Park and camping. There's a river. You know, I'm not sitting here burning up in the hot sun and you know, starving my ass and everything like that. For all that it is, Orange County, it's beautiful, it's wonderful to be in. I've lived my whole life here. I raised my daughter here. I have grandchildren here. You know, I love Orange County. I love the location of it, everything like that. But let me tell you, they have a big breakdown of resources. And I'm not talking about food. I'm not talking about anything other than, if you need housing, I'm going to hand you the housing voucher. Get your ass off the street, go get your room, go get your home, go get whatever it is that voucher stands for, and get it. Get out of my way. Get you off my desk. Get you off my desk. You know, I don't want to revisit this with you. I don't want to revisit the issue of housing with you. I've given you what you need. There you go. You know, I don't want you sitting in a warehouse that I paid, or allowed to be paid, $12 million. You know, for what? For what? You're not generating no money off of it other than the funding that's coming in, you know? But then, like, I got kicked out of a shelter, and the guy lied and said that we just walked off. All right? So then you become like, wow, we could have become a missing person. All right? I mean, you know, they don't know where to locate us at, okay? I have a paper that says that I'm supposed to be living at the Anaheim Way shelter right now, waiting on my housing voucher, all right? He didn't tell the people that he told us that we had to leave, that we were exited, okay? He told them that we left for the 2 days that was allowed, okay, for each person. Each person could leave for 2 days without losing their bed, okay? And so they kept our dental plates for our teeth, which now I have a speech slur. I can't get the insurance to cover dental plates again because of government retention, which I don't understand that, but you know, I have to have a police report that states that my dentures were lost, and the insurance company will cover it and pay them. You know, I won't have a speech slur no more. I'll cosmetically, I'll feel more comfortable. You know, like right now, I'm sitting here, cameras in my face, and I'm like with no teeth. All right, and it bothers me. I'm subconsciously bothered by it. You know, but that's what I'm talking about. There's a breakdown in everything. I mean, how do thousands of people drive by people that are a wreck out here? And not do their duty, you know, not do their duty to the country, because that was one of the things, even if they're from another country, that's one of the things, when you come into another country, you have to have the duty to your country, to this country, you know, there's, and just humanly, it's like, for
love your neighbor, right?
Yeah, you know, we can't get through this alone. You know, we can't get through this alone, and if you think that homelessness discriminates, you better start going back and researching it, because it'll take you whether you want to go or not.
Yeah, sickness, poverty, lose a job.
All that happened to me is I lost my job. I became a displaced worker. All right.
What kind of work did you do?
I used to work for Coach USA, the transportation center. All right, and the transportation center over there off of Manchester and Catella Avenue. It runs alongside the freeway there. I was a maintenance supervisor. I ran a crew of 10 for the interior and exterior of buses, of the coach buses. And I had a cleaning crew. I worked 7 at night to 4 in the morning. They do everything for me, those guys. You know, they're you know, they call me Miss Julie. I mean, it's like, and all I had to do was say, I won't take your job from you, and I'll let you work. Just do your job, get it done. You know, and I left them alone. And you know, and then I worked for Tab Answer Network over in Orange, Santa Ana area at an answering service. You know, and I worked 30 years of my life. I worked 30 years. 30 years, solid years I've worked since the time I was 14 years old, 15 years old. All right, I believe I even had a work permit at that time. The security guard over there at 7-Eleven, he calls the police on me.
Does he?
If I go over there, I don't even have to do anything. He's pulled his taser on me while I've been on public sidewalk. I'm not doing nothing.
Wow.
The cop that came out the last time asked him, how come you keep calling the police on her? Because they come up to me and they go, Julie, we have 43 calls that you're here, you know? All of a sudden they're flooding the police lines with, that person's there, you know? And so the cop asked him, how come you're calling the police on her? You know, why? They're, you know? He goes, because they're homeless. Because they're homeless. I turn around and I go, well, you know, because you're wearing that uniform, I'm gonna call the police on you. You know, you're not above the law. You're under the law the same way I am. You know, you have to go by the law as well. You can't just do that to somebody. He goes, oh, we work here. I go, well, I've worked 30 years of my life. All right, I'm in retirement. All right, you know, quit labeling me homeless, okay? Because let me tell you, the damage has been done just because of that label. All right, and you know, like, you're the first person that's ever came out. There was one other dude that came out and I did a radio thing or something. And, you know, I tell the truth because I don't want, you know, I don't like mincing my words. I don't like, you know, if I tell the truth, I know from the start. You know where I stand, I know where you stand, and what's on the table. You know? I don't have to go underneath the table and you know, do
behind
anything.
Your back
Right. And so, with that said, you know, there's like 47 programs in Orange County that are all answerable to the Orange County Board of Supervisors, all right, for the integrity of the programs, all right. Something that is sacrificing or potential danger to the integrity of the program for Orange County, they will look into it and see about it. Well, OC Health dropped us off of that shelter, all right. We took it and we got employment. That's what I thought. I thought, you know, we're doing the right thing here. We're you know, you guys got, I go, how come you guys have papers that are all for like going down to SSI, going to get GR, general relief, da 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 da. You know, why aren't you like promoting any employment and
opportunities?
And opportunity, yeah. You know, and well, Love Anaheim probably hired them to go and feed the people at the shelter and everything. They're probably getting $60 after they come and they feed us and everything. They're getting paid. Those people don't care. You know what I mean? That you're in the food line getting food, you know, and they're already making money off of you just by feeding you, by giving you a bowl of food or whatever, you know. But that money is going this way instead of direct to me. Okay, I'm the one. I don't need you to come feed me. You know, I'm not a baby. You know.
You just want a work opportunity.
No, I want what by entitlement. By I was born in to this country. Okay, I am by entitlement. I deserve to have the resources available to me if I need them. I worked 30 years. I paid into the Social Security Trust Fund. All right, and I can't draw from that when I need it. It's the first time in my life I've ever needed it. All right, you wanna ostracize me by putting me out here like